Paul. I'll get it. Oh, Miriam.
Hello, Mother. May I come in?
Well, Frederick's off to school. You've missed him.
Oh, that's all right, Mother. That's not why I'm here.
Get you a cup of coffee, Miriam.
That's all right, Mother. Not now. Well, I guess you heard about Daddy.
Well, don't worry. Charles is very resilient, just as you are. That's probably why you're so inseparable.
Ooh, a little parental jealousy.
Not at all. I'm very glad that you were there when it happened. I just don't know what I'm to do now. Charles says he's a changed man.
And you believe that?
Well, why shouldn't I? All his life he's been telling me he's a changed man.
Well, I'm so glad to see you still have your sense of humor, Mother.
Well, what do you think I should do, Miriam?
Well, don't ask me. I should think you're the one in control now.
So that's why you're here.
What is that?
You want to see where the players stand. Find out whose graces you still have, especially Paul.
No, I didn't come here to grovel.
Oh, well, you really do. He's preparing for his morning class.
Well, maybe I should just come back.
Well, no. No, he's going away. I think you should see him now.
Where's he going?
Out of town.
Where? Oh, is he going to see Laurie?
Yes.
Good. I think I'll see him now.
2.
Very funny.
3.
I do that to you when you do your morning push-ups.
You can't count that fast.
Right, I'd be laughing too hard.
So what's next? Bench presses?
Here I am, speeding down the road to recovery, and you make jokes.
Can't fool me. You're doing it because Dr. Ben told you to, and you do anything he says.
I'm a big girl now. I don't get crushes that easily.
Not even on the rebound?
Russ and I aren't over yet.
Really? Want to talk about it?
Well, I don't...
Could I offer you a little male perspective?
You could never be that illogical.
Try me.
Russ wants it all, Dad.
What does that mean?
He wants me, Becky, a career. He wants to be a football hero, the valedictorian. He wants to be the flirt. He wants to be the loyal boyfriend. What's wrong with him? I see things in him now that weren't there before.
Or were unnoticed?
Maybe.
Could you stand when I was his age story?
What have I got to lose?
Oh, just about 3 hours, but I'll use the abridged version. When I was his age, I wanted it all, too. It's easy to dream when you're that talented and young. But as you grow older, your options dry up. You come to realize there's just not enough of you to go around.
That's when you settle down, right?
No, that's what the Lord did. No, I just wouldn't give up these dreams until I could replace it with a real one. Your mother, a family, real people to love.
I could give that to Russ, Daddy, but he still wants more.
Then you'll just have to let him realize his own limitations. Besides, I don't think you could give your love to Russ anymore.
You don't think I could forgive him?
Oh, you can forgive him. There are many wonderful things about Russ. But you're just now seeing a side of him that just won't work for you in the long run. Listen, tell your mother I'll be late tonight. I'm going to stop by the hospital to see Jeff. You heard about him?
What? Oh, yes, he has cancer of the pancreas. As if that poor man didn't have enough trouble.
One thing leads to another, doesn't it?
Dad, does Jeff really want to see you?
Now, when have you ever known Jeff not to want me to visit him?
I don't want Scott Davidson anywhere around me.
Well,
Charlie's coming by this evening.
Not to see me.
Jeff, you need all the help you can get.
They were just here yesterday, Scott and Terry.
And they'll be here tomorrow and the next day.
What is it, Liz? Are you falling for their pitch, too?
I'm listening to it, and I wish you'd do the same.
Yeah, well, if he comes here, I want him alone. I don't want Terry or you or anyone else around. Trouble is, you don't see through their mask. I do.
Jeff, why are you so spiteful to the people who want to help you?
Yeah. I'll just see how much he wants to help. Hello, Mary.
How are you?
Good.
I don't remember this picture of Frederick.
That's this year's picture. I had a heck of a time getting his cowlick to stay down.
Remember a second grade picture?
His hair looked like an antenna.
Well, he looks happy.
He is. Very happy.
Now that he's all settled, you're going to whisk him away to London?
No, it's not definite.
Well, he's never been one for travel.
Except for spur-of-the-moment bus trips.
Yes, he does have occasional adventuresome moments.
I hear Charles is in a little bit of trouble.
It's nothing he can't handle.
No doubt. Mitch Dunbar once told me that Charles Carpenter could talk a bear out of hibernation.
And how is Mitch?
Hibernating?
Well, you seem to be in good spirits. I'm glad.
So, Miriam, why are you here?
Does Frederick miss me?
You know he does.
No, I don't know. Daddy's lost practically everything, and I've gotten into some trying situations. And I need to know I still have Frederick.
You're his mother, Miriam. You can't be replaced.
Oh, so you're not running off to Ravenswood to find a replacement?
Even if I were to be remarried, you'd still be his mother? You'd still love you?
You can't take him to London.
I beg your pardon.
I have visitation rights, Paul. I mean, you would need a court's permission to take my son out of the country.
We're not going to go through that again.
I'm just talking about my legal rights as a divorced parent.
Oh, ma'am, I can't believe
Paul,
you.
I didn't say we're going to court. I think we can talk this out.
Oh, of course. I'll go to London and you can take care of Frederick.
Well, that is reasonable. If you're honest with yourself, Paul, I mean, you'll be hopping all around the country in a place Frederick's not used to.
I will be housed in one college and I make my tours on the weekends.
Well, Frederick's just getting used to this place.
Frederick has lived in Kingsley all his life.
I mean, getting used to it without me. I just won't have those kind of changes forced on him all the time.
Miriam, what you will or will not have makes no difference anymore.
Oh, fine. You're not even considering it.
Okay, all right. Paul, will you allow your son to stay with a woman who has lied to you, who has cheated on you, and an ex-father-in-law who has aligned himself with organized crime? No. Voila. I've considered it.
You have left out Mother.
What does Helen have to do with this?
If she and Daddy reconcile, we'd all be here to take care of Frederick. Frederick could be what draws his family back together.
Even us?
I don't know.
I do. We're over, Miriam. And frankly, I can't see doing one thing to help Helen and Charles get back together. I love your mother too much to do that.
Well, it's not what you want, it's what she wants, and you know how much she misses Daddy.
You're not going to have Frederick. I will never surrender him to you or to Charles. Oh, and if you take this to court, I'd love for you to take it to court because you'll look like an absolute fool. What with your father's business connections and your little charade at the last hearing. Miriam, you can't win.
It's Laurie, isn't it?
All right, sure. When all else fails, bring back Laurie Davidson.
No, you still have that, what is it, this quest of yours? Marry Laurie, settle down, be the perfect American family.
Wrong, Miriam.
So why are you going to visit her?
I think you better leave now.
No, you still love her.
Miriam, she has been in a terrible accident, and I'm going to visit
No,
her.
just tell me, just say it that you don't love her.
I feel sorry for you. There's a weakness and a vulnerability in you that... Oh, boy, but if I just said it, I found it attractive, you'd probably go right through the roof, wouldn't you? Now, please, come on. Leave.
She doesn't love you, Paul. She never has, and she never will.
Miriam, leave, please.
You fell asleep?
I've never felt so stupid in my life. I was up until about 3 in the morning grading papers, and then I had to get up and carry Frederick around on his paper route, and before I knew it, it was 8 o'clock in the morning. I was standing at my lectern, nodding out.
They must have had the kids roaring.
To top it off, Francis Miller stops me after class and said, "Don't worry, Professor. I don't find James Fenimore Cooper very stimulating either."
I was surprised Becky didn't tell me that one.
Well, Becky wasn't in class. She hasn't been around in, well, Laurie, she's missed a couple of classes lately. Is she all right?
I guess so. I don't know.
She told me about, well, she was thinking of moving out of the dorm.
We've had differences, Professor Mason.
Yes, I know about that.
You do?
Yes. I even paid a visit to Russ and, well, I gave him a little piece of my mind about how he treated you.
You really didn't have to do that.
Oh, so you're not impressed that I came to your defense, then?
Everybody comes to my defense. But sometimes I wonder who it is they're really looking out for.
I don't understand.
The way Russ beat up Norm Elliott, and my dad storming around defending my reputation. And now you. I wish sometimes people would ask me how I felt about things before making decisions for me.
You're right, Laurie. You're right. I'm sorry. Where does this leave you and Russ?
I can't stop loving him overnight.
But somehow I got the impression, I don't know where, but that you two were waning, that even before I knew about this Becky thing. Laurie, you deserve better.
People change. People can change. But if we don't give them the chance, who can blame them for staying the same?
Well, I think you're right, but that's sort of an idealistic approach. I don't think you've really settled it in your mind yet. How many chances are you going to give Russ? Laurie, are you going to take him back?
I don't know.
Well, I don't want you to. It's fine to give people a chance to change, but if they abuse it, if you were just wasting your time.
That sounds strange coming from you.
I just don't want to see you get hurt again. Russ had a chance, and he abused it, Laurie. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't want to tell you how to run your life, but...
No, I appreciate your advice. Let me tell you something, Paul. I need someone. I know how naive I'd look going through with our engagement. But he has helped me through times when everything was against me. And for that one time that he failed me, there's been hundreds of times when he's been my closest and my most loyal friend. I need that.
Well, what about someone that wouldn't fail you at all?
Well, the Lord's got that position filled.
Yes, Laurie, I know, but... there are men out there that don't have Russ's temperament or his ego.
I'm beginning to find that out.
Well, good for you.
I guess I have been pretty closed off thinking about Russ all the time. There are others.
Of course. Just like I saw other women after Miriam and I divorced.
I don't know. He's a doctor with a practice. And who am I? A college sophomore. I doubt Ben would have the time for me. Maybe you could meet him sometime. Oh, listen to me. My dad was right. I'm talking as if I've got my first adolescent crush.
Once you said you had a crush on me, too.
At least that proves I don't fall for just anyone. I go for the ones with style and charm.
Don't forget good humor.
Obviously.
Well, I hope you're over that crush.
I am. Scout's honor.
Scout's on. Well, I think I'd better say goodbye.
You have to go already?
Yeah. There's a faculty get-together at Spence Morris's, and I told him I'd come by and help him set up.
Well, then maybe I won't see you until you return from London, if you decide to go.
Well, I've decided to go.
When?
Just now. Oh, I mean, of course, just this morning.
But I'll see you when you come back.
Unless I fall in love with the place.
I'm going to miss you.
I miss you, too.
How come you never give up?
I have a feeling that you've been listening to everything that Terry and I have been telling you these past months.
Yeah, I've been listening. Every time you're near me, I'm a captive audience. Like the night in the hospital after the accident, the time in jail, and the night I was too drunk to fight back. You prey on people like me.
No, Jeff, I pray for people like you.
Ooh, one for the newscaster.
But I'm right. You are listening.
No, I'm not, Davidson. I'm every bit the sinner I was when you first met me. In fact, I've graduated to advanced principles and methods of sinning. I'm going to start working on my doctorate.
I see through your jokes, Jeff. You need help.
Get out of here.
You know why I don't give up on you?
No, I don't. Now get out, or do I have to call the nurse?
I had a friend in high school, Tommy Ward. We played football together. Tommy wasn't just the life of the party. He was the party. He had everything. Looks, talent, girls. But he never became as successful as he said he was going to be.
Yeah, so what did he do? Become a drunk like me? Thanks for the parable. Now please go.
He killed himself.
And you blame yourself.
No, I had nothing to offer him then.
Yeah, well, don't worry about me, Davidson, because I don't have the guts your friend had.
You're already killing yourself, Jeff.
Now, just what do you think you can offer a guy like me now?
The Lord.
You know, you talk like you carry him in your hip pocket.
You need him, Jeff.
Yeah, well, judging from my past experiences, I don't think he needs me. Besides, what makes you think I want to be like you?
Me?
Charging through the neighborhood, rescuing grandmothers and little old ladies, storming across the airwaves, talking about truth and justice? I don't want to be like that.
Well, you don't have to be like me, Jeff, or Terry, or anybody else who believes for that matter. If you gave your life over to the Lord, you become yourself, like you really meant to be.
Yeah, that's a fairy tale. It's a lie you people tell yourselves to get through hard times.
Maybe for some people it is, Jeff, because some people just mouth the word.
Oh, come on! Now tell me for real, aren't you glad this happened to me?
Of course not.
Man, listen to me. Doesn't this make your whole world a little neater? Jeff the drunk, the child abuser's now in the hospital with incurable cancer.
We don't know that.
I do. Deep inside my gut, I know it. It all fits into your little scheme of things. I'm paying for it. Everything is getting paid back to me. You've been proven right, Davidson. So you don't need to tell me any of your little tear-jerking stories about high school. You're glad this happened. Deep inside, you're glad.
you ever think of God?
Yeah, I think about God. I think about going to church on Easter Sunday. I used to look forward to it. They passed out marshmallow bunnies at the door. Sacred memories, right?
All I got were jelly beans.
You went to the wrong denomination. When I think about God, I think about Dad. He always had 100 things more important than me on his mind.
Your Heavenly Father's different, Jeff.
Oh, yeah. He's got a million things more important than me.
Jeff, God gave his only son to die for you. Everything you ever did wrong, every sin that you were never punished for, Jesus took for you. That's how important you are to him.
Yeah? Well, I'm paying for it now, aren't I? So I don't have too much to worry about.
All you have to do is just tell him that you accept what Jesus did for you. And then start living your life the way he wants you to, according to his grace.
I knew there'd be a catch to this. See, I'm not your man, Davidson. You're knocking on the wrong tree. It's all marshmallow bunnies.
If you want to talk more about this later, Jeff.
No, I don't want to talk about it at all. Now, please go.
Jesus will be there when you need him, Jeff.
Oh.